I can't get enough of this conversation. The fact that your owner, John Middleton, stepped in, overstepped Matt Klentak to make a decision to get rid of your hitting coach, that says so much. What is going on, everyone? I hate to pound Phillies baseball down everyone's throat, but this is reality. This is the hottest topic in the city, and this move can't be talked about enough. There are a ton of fans thinking this is just a move to make the fan base happy. Bringing in Charlie Manuel, that's just to save the fan base. I don't believe that. I believe that John Middleton, the guy who spent all of the money, the guy who went out there and spent stupid money, is realizing that the method he originally thought was going to work is not working. So he's making legit moves to try and help this ball club moving forward. This isn't a save the fan base move. This is a let's get on the right track with this team, not just for this year in this backstretch, but moving forward as a whole because it wasn't working. Now, before we dive into this heavily, do not forget about my SeatGeek code. Use the promo code BRODES and you will save $20 off your purchase. Now, according to Matt Gelb of The Athletic, John Middleton was doing some research. He was figuring out what's going on with this squad. And at the end of the day, it's obvious he was involved in this move. Now, when Matt Klentak and Gabe Kapler went up to the media, which was awkward as hell because Gabe Kapler clearly didn't want to be there. This was the press conference about John Mallee being fired and Charlie Manuel stepping in, of course. You had Matt Klentak state that this was a collaborative effort. Any move this big will have John Middleton in the mix, because it's a franchise-changing move. But that's crap to me. What I see with my own eyeballs, what I feel in my gut, is John Middleton overstepping Matt Klentak. The guy he hired, the guy that he actually extended earlier this year, secretly. To me, it's John Middleton doing what he hired Matt Klentak to do. Now, you can look at it one of two ways. That's a problem, because the owner's the one hiring this man, and he can't even trust him. Or you can look at it as, well, he's realizing that there's a problem, so he's at least stepping in. And that's the way I see it. Realizing there was a mistake made, and he's fixing it. You could tell Gabe Kapler was frustrated at the press conference, maybe because he's realizing that the heat is on. The first people to go, realistically, are coaches like hitting coaches, pitching coaches. Then it's the manager. So it's one step closer to Gabe Kapler's firing, and you can sense that Gabe Kapler is feeling the heat. They claim that Charlie Manuel isn't going to change anything when it comes to the philosophical approach. It's all about relaxation. And that's what Charlie Manuel is all about. He's a confidence guy. Go up there and hit. You can hit. He simplifies it. You see it, hit it. Don't worry about your hot zones and all this and all that. You see the ball, you hit the ball. They're not going to go through this insane change in the philosophical approach right now because there's, 43 games left? That wouldn't make much sense because there's not enough time to fix anything. But he's going to be a confidence guy. He's going to be a different voice. And that changes the morale around things, especially because Charlie Manuel is so respected in the sport of baseball. But I think he can change a lot just based off of confidence and the way that his words really come off. Charlie loves Mike Franco, by the way. That's just something I thought of off the top of my head. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he finds his way back in the lineup, because you can see with Scott Kingery, as versatile as he is, third base isn't his strongest position. And I wonder if Charlie Manuel is going to have some input. Now, Gabe has to look at Charlie Manuel not as a threat, not as anything else other than a guy coming in here to try and light a spark up. At the same time, I don't think Charlie Manuel is coming in here and going to demand any power over Gabe Kapler either. He has respect for that position. So I believe that there's a mutual respect, even though there's a sense of urgency within the clubhouse, specifically with Gabe Kapler. The biggest point is, there's no reason to look at this as a save the fan base move. Well, they're realizing the fan base is freaking out, so they brought in somebody that they love. No. Maybe that played a little factor, right? Bring in someone they love. But the move was actually made because John Middleton is realizing things aren't working. So what does this mean? What does this mean moving forward? How safe is Gabe Kapler? If you don't make the playoffs, I'm canning him. A big discussion is, well, this is a lose-lose situation for Gabe. It's either they continue to stink offensively, and he gets all the blame still, or they find a way to score runs and Charlie Manuel gets all the praise and nothing for Gabe. Well, if you make the playoffs, regardless of if Charlie Manuel gets the praise or not, realistically, Gabe's job would be safe. If you make the playoffs as a second-year manager, you're realistically safe. So I wouldn't say it's lose-lose, but he has to find himself in the playoffs or I'm canning him. Gabe Kapler can be next. I wouldn't put it out of the question. At first, I thought it would be nuts to fire someone like Matt Klentak after extending him, but John Middleton's got a ton of cash. Money isn't the issue. And if he sees that there's a clear issue with this guy, and he realizes that he made a bad decision by extending Klentak, then maybe he pulls the trigger. But I like the fact that John Middleton is stepping in. It says he doesn't trust who's in place, but it's being aggressive. It's realizing. It's understanding that, hey, I might have made a mistake, or, this isn't working out. We need change, rather than continue to go through the same stuff over and over again when your team is struggling. You hear Gabe Kapler be all positive. Oh, I thought John Mallee was a great hitting coach. He's phenomenal. His approach was fantastic. Of course, Klentak also provided some positive insight. He's going to be a hitting coach somewhere else. He knows too much about the game. Yeah, it's great. Go let him be a hitting coach for a team that's going to be unsuccessful. What I love about Charlie Manuel is he is going to be around the clubhouse every single day. Every day. That's completely different from what his role was prior. There's a certain type of energy that he rolls out there. And whether it relates to on the field or not, that's to be told. But you're going to find and you're going to see and feel a lighter clubhouse. Because that's what Charlie Manuel does. He's a guy you can shoot the shit with, you can hang out. He'll give you a couple pointers. He keeps you relaxed. He keeps your confidence up. The morale's different. Whether that results in 20 hits a night or not, I can't tell you that it is. But moving forward, and I know people don't want to look at anything else other than this back stretch of 43 games, but moving forward, it's going to be big. Now, obviously, Matt Klentak has been on the record saying this is a short-term move for Charlie Manuel to be the hitting coach. And once again, only time will tell. I don't think Charlie would be the skipper if John Middleton ends up firing Gabe Kapler. I believe Charlie Manuel is going to ride out in the sunset as the Phillies manager. But if he is here long-term, I'll tell you what, that means Matt Klentak's gone. This is so interesting. Your owner, in my opinion, oversteps his GM. That's the way I saw this thing playing out. And even from the jump, I said it seems like as if Charlie Manuel is a spy. so the ownership and the upper management can feel and get some sort of input on how Gabe Kapler is throughout a day and throughout the clubhouse. The move sparked a fire under Gabe Kapler's ass, and he's feeling the heat, as he should. We can't have 2 epic collapses in a row. I don't think this is going to be a complete nosedive like last year, but I feel a continuous 2 of 3 series after series. Losing 2 of 3 here, losing 2 of 3 there, losing 2 of 3 here. Prove me wrong. Win a series against the Cubs. Hell, sweep them. Prove me wrong. But until I see it, I won't believe it. So I want to know your thoughts. To me, I see it as John Middleton overstepping. Do you think that's a bad thing? Do you think it's a good thing? This is nuts. I mean, this is dysfunctional Phillies baseball. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Not to this degree. I'm sure that there were some fans that were saying, cool down a little bit. And I was never a World Series guy. In the beginning of the season, I was the make the playoffs guy. I would have never thought it got to this degree of ugly. Because it's sickening. It's hard for me to sleep at night. I cringe watching this squad at times. But, hopefully this move does something for us. And realistically, it's a long-term move, getting rid of John Mallee. I don't like the fact that people claim it's not a big deal. He's just a hitting coach. No, it's a big deal. Your entire approach to the plate is based off of what he wants. See pitches, long at-bats. The launch angle that has been leading to the most insane pop-up rate I've ever seen. The overvaluing of walks. Taking pitches that should be crushed because it's not in your hot zone. They do things. Hitting coaches do things. They have meaning. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.